Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And today I'm here to remind you that you do not need to be perfect. I think there's a big misconception in the self-help world, the personal development world, the spiritual world. We're all trying to get to this place of enlightenment. And I think a lot of people think that that means perfection and that you have to do everything perfectly. And I used to think this years ago when I was first studying this stuff, the first 20 years or so that I was studying it. I thought the people that I was studying, Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, I thought they all had it figured out and that every day was just easy and flowed for them and they operated from a place of pure love every moment of the day. And for the most part, that's true, but they have their moments. And believe me, I was so relieved because I don't know if I ever heard them, or maybe I didn't pay attention, or I didn't hear on a deeper level whenever someone was talking about when they had a rough day and how they handled it. And the great thing about this work is that it's always going to be there for us. There's always going to be something new to learn. It's kind of like school in the fact of you don't want to be perfect or you don't need to be perfect, because in school you don't expect to master everything in the first grade, the first day of school. Even by the end, you know that second grade is coming up. And that continues on until we graduate. And if we go to college, there's that. If we go on to other schools to learn different things, there's always more to learn. And I love that life is like that too. I'm excited about the fact that I will never know all of it. There's always more to learn. And that might stress some people out like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. But to me, it's fascinating because I'm interested in the things that I'm learning about. And if you think about it that way, if there's something you're interested in, just think about the fact that there is never going to be an end to what you can learn and what you can know and how you can apply it in your life. So when we think about this work that way, just remember you don't have to be perfect and get it down, because I've worked with a lot of people who try to be perfect and they're like, I'm trying to look at everything through the lens of law of attraction and I'm trying to be very law of attraction about it. And that I feel the stress and the striving, and that is not what law of attraction is about. It's more about relaxing and embodying the energy, the feeling of what you want, even if it's not here yet. That's really the main key. That is the key to making change in your life, making positive change, is being able to envision what you want and daydream about it and imagine it. And once you can imagine it, even just for fun, you're getting the feeling of it and then you're drawing it to you. And no one looks at daydreaming as stressful or striving. It's relaxed. And the people who were the biggest dreamers, who had the vision and just kind of followed it because it drew them forward, it made them excited, it motivated them. Those are the people who have been the most successful people, who have created things in this world that are completely iconic and huge brands. I mean, of course, my favorite is Walt Disney. He was one of the biggest dreamers, I think, that ever walked the earth. And we were so lucky that he was here, because look at everything he created. Look behind me, everything he created. But people like Steve Jobs, he had this vision and he knew that he wasn't ever going to do it perfectly. I mean, he was fired from his own company at one point, but he still stayed into his vision. He still followed it and was inspired and excited to always be creating something new and following that pull towards something new and better. And that's all that we need to do, is stay excited about what is pulling us forward. And also what I think applies here is the Four Agreements, Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements. One of my favorite ones, and I've done a video about this, is always do your best. Because your best is going to be different at different times. Sometimes you're going to be riding high and your energy is going to be great. Sometimes you're going to be kind of knocked down for whatever reason. And both are okay. It's all part of life. It's all part of the ebb and the flow. And you're not going to have it down and be perfect at it all the time. And in fact, if you've been following my videos, you know I'm working very closely with Margaret Lynch and her book, Tapping into Wealth. And one of the things that she talks about in her book is, don't be perfect. Perfect is boring. Be awesome. How is that for inspiration? Be awesome. Don't worry about being perfect, because the people who are out there doing it and just putting themselves out there and giving their all, they're not worried about being perfect. They're just out there doing what feels good and following what's calling them. And so just think about it that way. Just take the pressure off of yourself. There's no test at the end of different phases of your life that you have to pass in order to move on to the next level. That, in that respect, is not like school. But you just do want to keep learning and growing and look at it from a place of excited anticipation. And just know that there's always more. You're never going to get it done. And this is something that Abraham Hicks talks about all the time. If you've gotten it all done, that means you're dead. Because, I mean, think about it this way. I don't want that to kind of make you feel like, oh, never get it done. It's not about that. You can dream and plan and pursue your goals and get excited about them. But think about it this way. When you accomplish a goal, you're going to go, yay, and you're going to enjoy it and appreciate it. And if it's something that's new and somewhat permanent in your life, you're going to appreciate it and continue enjoying it. But your desire and your growth doesn't stop there. You're going to have a new desire, a new goal, a new dream. You're always going to be working towards something new in your life. And I think that's what makes things exciting too, is that when you accomplish one dream, just know that there's going to be something else, probably even bigger and better than the one that you've already accomplished. And allow that to pull you forward and just be immersed in the joy of it, the excitement of it, the passion that is what makes you get up in the morning. And let that be your inspiration and your motivation, not perfectionism. Nobody is perfect, regardless of who they are or if they're trying to project an image of perfection. Imagine how exhausting that is, because there are people out there that do feel like they need to be perfect in order to do what they're doing or teach what they're teaching. But I find the most powerful teachers, the ones that I resonate with and I'm drawn to, are the ones who go, hey, I'm human and I have my moments too. And this is one of those moments that I was not at my best, and this is how I handled it. This is what I learned, and this is what I'm sharing with you. And that's why I do these videos too. And that's why I share a lot of personal stories, because I try to learn from every experience. And then I have something to apply in my life and also something to share with you in these videos. And, if you're not aware, I'm going to remind you that I wrote a book a few years ago called Living Peaceful in the Big City. And you know what? When this book was about to come out, I was in the biggest state of panic over trying to be perfect, because I wasn't. And I thought I had to be perfect before my book came out. And I was doing a lot of interviews and just trying to project that I really know what I'm talking about. Yes, and I'm very confident about the contents of my book. And it's a collection of chapters about a lot of the things that I talk about in my videos. And they're short chapters to help you deal with different issues. It's not meant to be read front to back. You can flip to whatever issue you're dealing with and get a little bit of support and help and advice there. And that's why I wrote it. But boy, I was kind of in a panic, like I have to be perfect. And I'm so glad I got over that, because it's stressful. Yes, Boo Boo, it is stressful, isn't it? My cats just love to join me on these videos these days. So Boo Boo's on the floor going, meow. So just remember, you don't have to be perfect in anything that you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter who you are, what your position is. If you're trying to be perfect in a job, if you're the CEO of one of the most important corporations in the world, you still don't have to be perfect. And the people underneath you and the public are going to respect and admire you more when they know that you're human, when you show that you're human. And, this also applies when mistakes are made or things happen or you take action that you weren't feeling very good about. Then one of the most powerful things, I think, is to be able to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, or I don't know. It's okay to go, I don't know. And then look for the answer. And maybe someone has the answer. Maybe you're embarrassed to get an answer from somebody who seems to be at a lower level and doesn't know as much as you are. And, that's where humility comes in. Just be humble and realize that your information can come from anywhere. Help and advice can come from anywhere, and be open to it. Because just think of if someone who feels a little bit lesser than can give some advice or some kind of inspiration or upliftment to someone who seems higher, imagine how it makes that other person feel. And it can uplift both people. So just please be okay with your imperfections. We are not here to be perfect. We're here to enjoy our lives and be happy and pursue what we enjoy. It's really all about that. It's not about the stressing and the striving and working hard. It's just about feeling good. We keep coming back to that. That's why I talk about it so much. You've just got to feel good about what you're doing, about what you're saying, about where you're going, your goals, your dreams, your desires. If they make you feel good, let that be enough. Let that pull you forward. Stay in excited anticipation about it and let that be okay. You don't need to be perfect. Let go of that. And if you're striving to get something right, just catch yourself and go, okay, wait, I'm stressing, I'm striving, I'm struggling. It doesn't feel good. That's probably not going to get me where I want to go or accomplish the goal that I'm working towards. So just relax. Even if relaxing seems counterproductive and you feel like, oh my God, but I have a deadline or whatever the reason is, I have to push forward. Sometimes you do have things that require you to act a little bit more urgently, but you can still move forward in a relaxed way and just kind of be open to that inspiration that is going to give you a better outcome. So that's my message for you today. Believe me, I am far from perfect. As you see, I goof up a lot in these videos. I stumble on my words and that kind of thing, but I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be me. And I'm hoping that it helps you be the best you that you can be. That's why I do them. So I just want to thank you again for joining me this week. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can always join the mailing list and be part of the community that way. There's a little free gift for you over on my website. So remember to jump over there if you'd like to join the mailing list. Get a little special message from me every Friday. We'd love to have you there. It's www.tannamarshall.com. And just have a great weekend. Go into this weekend remembering I don't have to be perfect. I just need to be me. I just need to feel good, pursue what makes me happy, follow my heart, follow my goals and my dreams. And as long as I'm excited and there's passion pulling me forward, nothing else matters. These are the only things that matter. So just focus on that, feel good about it, and believe me, you will see some great results without having to be perfect. Just relax into it. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.